Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a hot minute since the last video for Final Fantasy XIV. I think it was what was the last video for Final Fantasy XIV? I think it was the occult crescent stuff. I think that was the last thing I put up, right? Or was it the Beast Tribe one? I don't remember. I think it was the Beast Tribe, actually. We're back with the new patch, 7.3. I think this is the last patch for Dawntrail. And then beyond this point, it'll start easing into the next expansion story. Because usually, the expansion story ends... the expansion story ends in, like, the .3 patch. So, this will be the final patch of Dawntrail, if I understand it correctly. So, we got new patch. Not only did we get a new story, we finally got a new Evilise. Not Evilise. Vanadil raid, which I'm super excited for. We're going to Sandoria, and I'm super pumped for that. Not my favorite city from Final Fantasy XI, but I'm super pumped to go back into there. I'm super pumped to hear what kind of music we have. And then all those sites and stuff, but I will do that in its own part after I do the story. Story comes first, as much as I want to do the raid. Hey Shale, what's up? If you have a moment, Cessa, Geode wants to take a stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking in the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective on the conversation. Sure. Whatever you say, madam. Sorry to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better hand on the threats that Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the last state funeral, and a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us all as well. First things first, then. Let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector report instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation. Vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved very quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. But haven't you heard anything new about the new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged, as far as I know. That's the good news. Bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, and they wouldn't listen to me, even though I had the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to get them back, give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. The king resolves authorities about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override with such impunity? Calyx. He lived in the age of the storm surge as I did. This prick. Lest you forget, he has known for his advancements in electropes technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. Oh shit. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him with scant years to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion to an endless, that he might continue his efforts to the present day. I should probably do that for later. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough. Exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing every keeps core system, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he was ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations, only that he had appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the simulants to convince the Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calyx's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he'll draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calyx's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, and I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time, though, and I'm sure I can sift him out. I'll help you. Well, Glajan and Shale are working on that. I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want us to make sure that no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calyx. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction can happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawls on my back. Sure. Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol their other levels of the keep. So shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. I have to speak with the city's administrators about bringing the land in the Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Thule. Alpha Node and Alizé will be joining me from the meeting, so the three of us can cover the sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join Cecil's group, if you'll have me. Sure. The more mouths that ask questions, the merrier. As you're aware of the dangers. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geode. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tune once I get back with the goods on Calyx. Then the drinks are on you. Come on, let's continue this outside. Alright. Boo boo boo. Alright. Where are we going? I don't want to do that. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? You seem uneasy. Are you alright, Geode? Me? Well enough, given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondness with it wish that her subjects remained shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an inevitable fact of life, they agree with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many were bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It's only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As long as you lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices of for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. And you can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us. It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I woke 4 centuries later to find our people living and breathing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though I was surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. We best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when the battle might find us. Oh, I believe someone came prepared with such an eventuality. Oh, she's got a freaking book! Is that a grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? Is she a scholar or is she a summoner? Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to the smallest measure of skill. If that's the case, it'd be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would be simply more efficient and more for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Cecil and I will take the east. Very well, we shall end our patrol in the plaza just past True View and wait you there. Alright. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what it's what and chat with the people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that will earn us a tidbit or two we didn't know before. I don't care! Alright. There's a quest up there. What the fuck's that? As essentially the air wheelers seem to be around now. I just know what's gonna happen again. And maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen Sven said so. You're so delusional, man. Oh, the memories. I used to drink around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it. I had work the next day, but once we had passed the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you had to scrape me up the street past outside in the morning or afternoon. The worst I ever got was when what should have been the worst day of my life. I don't know if I can remember it. I was still wearing a regulator back then. That was also the day I met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Huh. Alright. You want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. You must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't running a regulator. I know that's not so strange these days, but he never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Well, what can you do? Death comes for everybody eventually, and you gotta be prepared for it one way or another. What has me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered for my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now I've gone through all the registration, I never felt more at ease. Also, once I was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers of the 5,000 slots available. Over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, there's not much time to make up your mind. Mark my words, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's going to be very ugly. Cecil, a word. I feel like there was a new factor in these stories you've heard. One we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone back in the back room. Fights breaking out. The fact that nearly 4,000 people registered is worthy of its own report, but are you sure that there wasn't anything else? Deathly afraid. That one? Yes, that's it. The vast majority of the residents have always worn regulars, so it's not a detail we normally think about. The supply of souls cut off, though. More and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attacks and check whether they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around the street over the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll have eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if this was a pattern or not. Alright. I guess I go that way, right? What do we got over here? It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who jumped for joy and brought me them packages. The old lady who'd always greet me with a smile. I hate for anything bad to happen to them. Well, what can I say? Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of your service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. You narrow it down to the recreation zone then. You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualty, 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators, 0. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampages were regulators. I'm sorry, but I was assigned to clearing away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present at the time when I arrived, so I assumed the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there were being patches of white dust scattered about that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Cecila, I think it's time we rejoin Cryo and Sven. I was half joking about my boast to Shale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Cryo say to make the plaza just outside of True View? Let's get going. Alright. Alright. Girly, girly. So essentially you're saying the people who were killed by malfunction machines weren't regulators? Well, the numbers are still tentative, but only apply to the one zone. We don't know whether it will stack up against the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed the regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention, the person I was training for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Based on the lack of a new regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become an endless, or if they simply failed to acquire one from one of the limited devices. But those who wear no regulator at all, they've clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. But put another way, they've chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. The chance of that result, that such as the people would wish to become endless, are far lower, I would imagine. So Calix has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. There was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, the people were already fearful enough. You could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. Make a good point. Perhaps the song of terror is in service to another scheme, or he had some other idea or need for the lives he's taken. What are the dust found at the various sites? Could something have done? Right, the sanitation worker's story. She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies? Now, where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Aaronville from the sentries in the outskirts? That usher, Malachite, told us much the same thing. I don't remember that. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what would become of it. Maybe they disintegrated. Turned to dust! Dust in the wind! Both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the sheer mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm this substance was present at other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread that may lead us not oh shit, I hit that fucking touchpad. Son of a bitch. Phone call. Sasso, we need your help. We've lost control of the soldiers in this residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Great. Damn it! Our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Rip. Oh, I thought it was. Wait, is it transitioning? Okay, it's transitioning on its own. Got it. Oh, they're fighting each other. Whoa. Oh, that's just creepy. So I shouldn't trust machines.
怪我はない？
何があった？機械兵が突然家の中に入ってきて、ちゃんとロックをかけてたのに、どうにかここまで逃げてきたけど、その人が私をかばって。
武器は持っていないみたい。武装解除させたと言っていたものね。それでも人を襲えと命令を受けた。だから無理やり自分の体を使って。
近くを見てくる。こっちは任せた。
他にこの塔でレギュレーターをつけていない人はいる？
イサドラさんのところも確か最近。
二人はイサドラさんのところへ。私はかすり傷なので、それよりイサドラさんを。お母さん、しっかりしてよ、お母さん。イサドラ。よかった。急車は外れてる。ごめんなさい。私がもっと早く来ていれば。
Why aren't we doing anything? We're a white mage. Like, what the fuck? Why are we just sitting there?
安心して。私が絶対に助けるからね。ありがとう、フードのお姉ちゃん。
Hey, about time. Instead of just standing there. I mean, what the fuck? We're white mages.
お母さん、ずっとこのままなの？今は寝てるだけ。しばらくしたらきっと目を覚ますよ。よかった。ありがとう。お母さんの命をつないでくれて。
Promise of tomorrow. Oh boy. Forgive me, I was reckless. Shouldn't have had to waste time tending my wounds as well. Did you see other people, our other comrade back there? He stayed behind the lobby, but I heard the sounds of fighting. I'm sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Give me the monies! Our comrade, you think he might have been struck down? If he is wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please, it isn't safe and you still need rest. Would you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will attend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. Alright. Isadora's gonna be alright then. I'm so glad. I finished my administrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand any of this. Why any of this is happening? That sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calix commanded him to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Wayakwi. Oh shit! I cannot pronounce her name. I'm sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geo could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. Why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though. At least until we regain control of the sentries. And we should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theories hold true, then they could be the prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid sentries at all costs. Oh, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We have made modifications to prevent Calix from intercepting the signal and have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Waya has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck, and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have got ventured too far. Let's get going. Alright. I mean, where could he go? I mean, there's only so many places you can search around here. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should venture to search further east. Alright, Waya's voice crackles forth in the communicator. Geode! Geode, answer me! No response. We should go to the east! I should probably flip that around, because, So I'm not in Occult Crescent anymore. Alright. There he is.
まだ生きててくれよ。
ジオード、お願いです。応答してください。
俺だ。応答できなくて悪かった。
ジオード、よかった、無事だったんですね。今どこですか？
隣の居住閣だ。エントランスにいたやつは片付けた。2階を見回ったらこう竜。チリだ。
どうしたんですか？塵って、
Uh-oh.
連中ソウルケージで魂どころか肉体のエーテルまで吸い尽くしてやがる。チリは人だったものの残骸だ。おそらくケージは改造されてる。
No.
くそ。ザバレ。
No, boy.
おいあんた、逃げるぞ。ここはもう。
Oh, Gio's in trouble.
騙したのか。悪い。あとは頼む。
No, boy.
あっちの塔にはいなかった。多分この先。ジオードさん、いるの？
Yeah, he's gone.
「残念だよ。最後にもう一体分持ち帰れるかと思ったんだけど。お前たちが来たからには諦めるしかなさそうだ。
This bitch.
カリュクス、君は は何をしているの？何のためにこんなひどいことを。
5000人のトワ人を作り出すために必要なエーテル。お前だったらどこから調達する？
どういうこと？
鍵を手にするまで共造世界には頼れない。なら手近なところで済ませるしかない。現在この国に残っている住民のうち 7% をエーテルとして回収すれば5000人をトワ人化できる。 11% なら向こう800年は安定した稼働が見込める算段だ。どうせいずれは朽ちる肉体。永遠の生を選ばない以上、今エーテルに返しても一緒だよ。時間も惜しいし、無駄な戦闘をするつもりはない。この機体じゃ結果は分かりきっているしね。ちなみに殺戮をやめると言えば鍵を渡してくれるのか？
I'll hunt your horse by defeating you.
だろうな。我ながら頭の悪い質問だった。じゃ、仕事に戻るよ。お前から鍵を奪うのは大変なんだ。
Rip Geode, dude. Rip Geode. He fought a good fight. Rip Geode. This pile of dust. These ashes. And the cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their mortal lives. And if Reflection Stone Ether allowed for many more endless, that would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well. There is not nobleness in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx to put an end to this madness as soon as possible. Under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Sasala. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans, and Alexander before he can tear his innocence and reflections elsewhere. This bitch! This bitch! This fucking bitch! This fucking bitch. Alright. We should return to the back room. She and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask why to meet us there as well.
ジオード。
僕が機械兵を制御できていれば。グルージャのせいじゃない。悪いのは全部あいつだよ。どうしてこんな理不尽なことを。計画って。私たちは今ここで生きてるのに、命を何だと思ってるの。許せない。カルクスも、いつも何もできない私も。待って、どこに行くの。頭を冷やすだけ。分かってる。バカな真似はしない。あなたはここで休んでいて。私がノスタルジアさんについているわ。ありがとうございます。
皆さんとジオードが駆けつけてくれたおかげで被害を最小限に食い止めることができたんです。救われた命が確かにありました。それに僕たちが掴んだ手がかりと皆さんが持ち帰ってくれた情報を合わせればカリクスの潜伏先がわかるかもしれません。けどすみません。ほんの少しでいいので僕たちに前へ進むための時間をくれませんか。
ジオード。
Man, rip Geode. Couldn't have happened to a worse guy, honestly. What the fuck? Another comrade gone. Geode he was an older brother to nostalgia in me. Shale knew him longer though, and sure is taking it the hardest, and that's on top of what happened with Cassia. Do you think we could check on her? See how she's doing? She'd like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Girl. Apologies, my mind is elsewhere. We should press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Oh, what can I do? Put me to work! You can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Cassie used to say the best thing to do with grief is to let it all out. So I think I'll take care of myself to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you most shoulders share. Why not? Right then, let's get out of Airkeep for a bit. Oh, cool. Take me right there. How nice of you. It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged a couple of air wheelers. They have their communications modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we'll set off. I got my own vehicle, though! Fine. These air wheelers are Janelle's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all ever keep. My ride's so much better than this. For New Year's now, I've been taking care. Went out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Gia would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Phew, that helped clear my head a touch. You know, Cecily, you might be the first person I've ridden with one who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least. The memories from my regular days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Alright. Speaking of pests. Thanks. You can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we?
これまでも仲間を亡くした時にはよくここで思い出話をしてたんですよ。ジオードとカフキワさんと3人で。一杯どうです？
Why would you go for that second option? I will in spirit? What the fuck?
あら？お二人ともどうしてここに？
ああ、やっぱり来た。よかったら一緒におしゃべりでもしませんか？
はあ。では少しだけ。そういえばうちの組織って数十年前に創設者たちが謎の失踪を遂げた後、カフキワさんが立て直したって聞いてますけど、シェールさんとジオードも再建メンバーだったんですよね。そのあたりの話聞かせてくださいよ。興味ありますよね。昔の二人がどんな感じだったかとか。
懐かしい。僕とジオードの出会い自体が再建を始める直前だったんですよ。当時の僕はレギュレーターをつけていて、誰か大切な人を亡くしたばかりでした。ずっと続けてきたアダプターの仕事も辞めて、バーの接客なんかで適当に日銭を稼いでたんです。 そんなある日、客としてやってきたジオードと口論になって、初対面なのになぜか殴り合いの喧嘩に。
なんでそんなことに。
理由は酔っててさっぱり覚えてないんですよ。まあ僕もジオードも似た者同士で誰かに当たりたかったんでしょうね。それで二人してバカみたいにぶっ倒れてたところ
今のシェールさんからは想像できないわ。その妙な機械ってもしかしてカフキワさん？
はい。彼女一通り僕らの世話を焼いた後でこう言ったんですよ。自分はゾラージャの侵攻から外の世界を守りたいんだって。大事な息子が旅する世界が美しいままであってほしい。自暴自棄になるくらいなら手を貸してくれないかって。
Oops.
けど僕とジオードは見たくなってしまったんです。彼女の意志がつなぐ未来を。
ジオードがよく言ってました。俺はカフキアさんと出会って初めて誰かのことを覚えていたいと思うようになったって。
言ってましたね、かっこつけて。
あ、でもその時点ではまだオブリビオンと名乗ってたわけじゃないんですよね。そうだったの？私てっきり。
カフキワさんは最初からそれ
God
どこ
damn
ろ
it.
か
I should keep my hand away from the fucking touchpad.
ただその頃からすでに反体制派の存在を予測してはいました。死者の記憶を蘇らせるなんて自然の摂理から外れた行いには必ず異を唱える人がいたはずだって。そうした人たちと協力できればと考えて機関システムへの不正アクセスの痕跡を探し始めて見つけたんですよ。ネオンスタインの奥にある不自然な区画をね。オーナーのメランコリーさんが言うには店を譲り受けた時から開かずの間だったとか。
それがバックルーム。
そう、隠し扉から強引に入ってみたもののアジトはもぬけの殻でしたけどね。でも設置されていた機器にはオブリビオンと名乗る組織の活動記録が残されていた。それを見て彼らの意思を継ぐことを決めたというわけです。
私の両親とカフキワさんの思いがそこでつながったのね。そしてそこに加わったのがシェールさんとジオードだった。
もっとも僕らだけでは力不足だった。あなた方が戦ってくれたからここまで来られたんです。大切な人たちを失うことは苦しいけど、こうして誰かと楽しかった日々を思い出すことは嫌いじゃありません。思い出すたびにみんなは記憶の中で笑っていて孤独を忘れさせてくれる。僕が誰かと生きた記憶は僕だけのもの。生きて前に進むために必要な道しるべなんです。さて、そろそろ任務に戻りましょう。皆さんありがとうございました。
いえ、むしろお礼を言いたいのは私の方です。辛いことには変わりありませんが、少しだけ落ち着きましたから。オブリビオンに名を連ねた皆さんのためにも カリクスの野望を阻止しましょうね。
Hey. Bow, 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 bow. Appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, you've helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'm spending every waking moment working to bring Calix to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, and then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Don't we all? Don't they all? Everybody needs me. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here, getting close to the end. When we come back, we will continue. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.